जय जय श्री गांधर के गिरिधर चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञ विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पत पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की गौ प्रेमानंद. How's the
Thank you.
voice now, Prabhu?
Prabhu, it was not clear actually.
Okay, now?
Now it is okay, Prabhu. But while during Kirtana,
I think when you are live streaming, from that time it starts, I think.
No, Prabhu. Streaming
No,
is
Prabhu.
not a problem, Prabhu. From beginning also, it was not audible and it was lacking, Prabhu.
Okay.
Every day,
Maybe
I
we
used
need
to
to
same problem, Prabhu.
plan something else, Prabhu. Maybe you will be singing and someone else should be doing Kartar in some other system rather than having both in one place.
Okay, then from tomorrow I'll stop Mridangam. I'll do only Kartar. Okay, let's see.
And we some other we others also can unmute and sing along with you.
No, that will never happen.
That will not work, Prabhu.
That will not work. Here itself is lagging and so many disturbance, and it will never match also, Prabhu, because of the signal weakness or something.
Okay.
There will be differences.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, Hare Krishna. Welcome to all. Today we'll be learning more about chapter 3. This is about Karma Yoga. So here we'll understand how to do our duties without attachment and many other things Prabhuji will explain. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You can start.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna to all. Once again, welcome you all to the third session, or the fourth session and the third chapter of. And today we'll be seeing Karma Yoga. So actually, in the previous classes also we used to see that just many of the participants will attend for 2-3 days and they'll decide, okay, Bhagavad Gita may not suit me. It's difficult to chant, it is difficult to follow certain things, and they might give up. But one thing you should understand, or they think that I cannot understand this Bhagavad Gita or the law or something like this. One thing you should understand, it takes time. You should be patiently hearing it. At least for 18 days, if you don't have the patience, it's very difficult. So, for example, in our daily life, you can see, Or in our material life also, you can see there's so many cases going on in the court. There are so many diverse cases or so many disputes in the family. Why is that? Why the divorce case is happening? Because wife is not able to understand husband, husband is not able to understand wife. And there's so many disturbances or disputes in the family because brothers cannot understand each other and the children cannot understand parents. They are just thrown to the old age. And you can see parents also not able to understand. We are together from years and we are not able to understand. And just in 1 or 2 days, you want to understand Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad. I think somewhere we are asking more. So somewhere we should be little patient. So start hearing and chanting. Definitely chanting will give us more intelligence. It will just purify us more and more. So we'll be able to understand this divine knowledge. Okay. More than that, our attitude should be. That means very humble. Very humbly accept and receive this knowledge by our prayers. So first, let us start with our prayers. Okay. So let us all fold our hands and start chanting Mangalacharya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine. Nama Acharya Padaya Nitakripapadaya Gauragata Damadaya Nagragadam. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Grimyat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Chaitanyam. Okay. So before starting, let us show our gratitude and thanks offer our obeisances to His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri, who is the founder Acharya of this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, by whose mercy today we are able to understand this divine. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So before starting the third chapter, let us see what we discussed in yesterday's second chapter. So under the acronym Gita, we understood that when we are in a bewildered state or somewhere we cannot take a decision, definitely we should surrender to a spiritual master. To surrender to a spiritual master, we should have some qualities. What is that? First, the eagerness to learn. If you're not willing to learn, then what's the use in surrendering to a spiritual master, isn't it? So we should be eager to learn, and to understand something from the spiritual master, you should be in a humble mood. And one more quality, you should be courageous enough to accept our weaknesses. Okay, to open what is the reality. This way. So these two qualities or three qualities is important. Then our identification. So who are we? Definitely we are not the spirit. We are the spirit soul. I hope everyone have understood this. And we understood the creation method also, how the Lord is created. So how do we have this gross body, subtle body, and what it contains, and what is the spirit soul. So once we understand this, then we have two kinds of dharma. That is Nitya Dharma and Swadharma. Swadharma is according to our bodily, it is the role that we are playing. So just do accordingly. And our Nitya Dharma is Definitely we are all soul. So we have to engage in the Lord's service as much as possible. Then last is Ananda. There's a lower taste and higher taste. Taste through the material senses and taste through the soul, which is permanent, which is higher, which is transcendental, which is divine, and which is natural, eternal, many things. So many days without this knowledge or lack of knowledge, we have just forgotten what are we. Okay, now today in the third chapter, the most important Karma Yoga, because this is day-to-day activities. Karma means what activities? We engage in many activities. So Karma Yoga, how to make it as a yoga. Karma Yoga, how to become a perfectionist in our activities. That will be seen today. Most important chapter we can say. And Krishna says, Karmanyevadhikarastima paleshu kadachana. How we have to deal in our activities, how should we do, and how should we free from the binding of this material world from our activities. And today's topic will be renunciation, regulated activities, exemplary life, and lust the enemy. As I said yesterday, so every day we start up with a small story, so that gives much knowledge to us than reading verses or understanding this. Stories make us more clear to how to lead our life. So here, based on this renunciation, there is one story. So once there was a king. So he asked his minister, do you have any sadhus in our kingdom? Because without sadhus, what a life is, what kind of a world we are living. So do you have any renunciant or sadhus in our kingdom? The minister says, no, my dear king, we don't have any sadhus in our. There's no sannyasis, no sadhus, no renunciant, no tyagis, nobody in our kingdom. Everyone are materialist people. So that king is very much, what I can say, in a sorrow way, that what kind of a kingdom I'm leading. He was very feeling for it and left the place. After a while, what happened? The soldiers, they brought him a thief. And that thief was just screaming. He was asking for forgiveness. Please excuse me this time. Next time I will never do this mistake in this way. Anyhow, the soldiers dragged him to the minister. And once again, he got hold of the legs of a minister and he was requesting, please forgive me for this time. Some of the next time I will not commit this mistake. Then this minister was a cunning person, is a crooked person. He was thinking somehow we can encash the mood of the king, because he needed a renunciant or a tyagi. So why can't I make this thief to pretend as a tyagi and encash this king's soft heart? So then he said to the thief, okay, I can forgive you and excuse from this mistake that you have committed. So one thing you have to do for me. You have to just do whatever I say. Not only excusing you, I'll even reward for it. I'll pay you something for that. Okay, what should I do? Just put a saffron dress, sit under a tree, and tomorrow I'll come with the king. And just I will shake my head, no. Then you say no. If I tap my head, yes. Then you say yes. That is it. That's only your. And keep chanting something. Okay. So what happened? This thief disguised himself as a sadhu sitting on a tree. He was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the morning till he has started doing, because he has to develop this thing, was chanting. So next day, the minister, he goes to the king and he says, my dear king, you have our good fortune. We have a great tyagi, we have a great sadhu in our kingdom. Just today I saw you sitting under a tree and he is chanting the holy names of the Lord. And the king was so happy to hear this. My dear king, let us go right now. He just took his golden chariot with the 4 horses, a big chariot, sat in that, and he came to the sadhu. He's just a thief who's pretending as a sadhu. The king came and seeing this sadhu sitting under a tree, he gave prostrated obeisances. He offered his respects to the king, to the sadhu. And then he got up and he said, we are so fortunate to have such a sadhu in our kingdom. My dear sadhu, you are so renunciant. You don't even have an ashram or anything for yourself. You're sitting under a tree. Can I build a small ashram to you? He says, I'm chanting the holy names of the Lord. Krishna is the protector. He will take care of me. Then he says, okay, for your expenditure, something day-to-day life, something I can give you. I can give you on 10,000 golden coins. And from behind, this king is saying, shaking his head, no, say no for this. And the thief says, no, my dear king, I don't need anything. Then he says, I can give you 20,000 golden coins. He says, no. Then the king says, I will give you 50,000 golden coins. Now the king is happy. He says, yes, he's tapping the head. He's signaling to the thief. Now you say, yes, okay, let me take this 50,000 golden coins. But to his astonishment, even then the thief is saying, no. He said, no, my dear king, I am not interested in it. Then the king says, okay, I will give you 1,00,000 golden coins. Now the king is thinking, the minister is thinking, oh, this thief is more clever than me, he is more cunning. So he is having a better deal than me, he is planning for 1,00,000 golden coins. Now the minister is tapping his head, yes, okay, you say yes for this. Still the sadhu is saying, no, my dear king, I am not interested in this. Then finally the king was very happy with it. He said, we are very fortunate to have such a renunciate. Now I can offer you half of my kingdom to you. Half of the kingdom I can offer to you. Please, you be another king, because it is said in scriptures, the king should be a Rajarushi like. It should be a sadhus like you who should be the king. And to the minister's surprise, even for this, the sadhu is saying no. And finally, the king says, I'm an old man. I have a beautiful beautiful daughter, who's like Apsara. I can get married, because even you are in youth. I can get married her to you, and I'll offer a whole kingdom to you. And I'll become a renunciant. I'll go to the forest and lead my life, old age, a vanaprastha. Then the thief is saying no to this. And this minister is surprised to hear, hey, king is offering the whole kingdom to him and a beautiful wife also. He's saying no to this. And finally the king gives a posture of obeisances to him. We are very fortunate to have such a great sadhu in our kingdom. Please don't leave us. Whatever you need in our life, I am there, your servant. The king is saying, I am your servant to serve you. Please, whatever you need, please send a message to me. That's sufficient. Then he asked the minister, yes, minister, let us go. Then the minister says to the king, my dear king, you can go have a small work. I'll complete that. And he'll send the king. And now this minister is very angry on this thief. He comes here because he had so many opportunities. He has missed everything. As soon as he comes to the thief, he offers his postal obeisances to the minister. Then he says, what kind of a foolish you are. You had so many opportunities. One or the other you can be taken. Why you just gave up everything? Then the thief says, my dear sir, you are my spiritual master. You have given me this divine knowledge. So many days I did not understand what is life. Now I understood. Actually, I am a thief. So till yesterday, I was catching hold of everyone's feet and asking for forgiveness because the mistakes that I have committed or which I have theft. So today what has happened? You made me to pretend as a sadhu. Just by pretending as a sadhu, a great king who's the ruler of this whole kingdom is coming and offering his respects to me. And one secret I understood in this material. When I said no, it becomes more. So I'll be getting more out of it. First, the king offered 10,000 golden coins. When I said no, it became 20. When I said no, it became 50. When I said no, it became 1,00,000. When I said no, it became half of the kingdom. And even that I rejected. The king was ready to offer his whole kingdom, the beautiful daughter. One secret I understood. When how much I say no to this material world, so much I'll be getting more. And if I say completely no to this material world, then I'll be getting the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. This is a secret I have understood. Actually, this lesson is not for that minister, it is for us. How much we say no to our sense gratification, so much more we progress in our life, in our consciousness. We say completely no to this material world, then we'll be qualified to enter spiritual world. So this is Tyaga. Actually, we are in a opposite direction. We want to snatch everything, acquire everything, becoming greedy in this material world. So we are struggling like anything. Our life is a disastrous, always struggling, because we are in a opposite direction. Once you start behaving selflessly, start giving, you feel happiness outside and internal also. That is the way to lead. Okay, now let us go. Overview. EREE, 3. Under the acronym tree, Tyaga, regulated activities, exemplary and enemy lust. Tyaga, renunciation, 2 types. Actually, Tyaga is of 2 types. One is false renunciation and the real renunciation. What is this false renunciation and real renunciation? So false renunciation is nothing but giving up everything. I don't need anything. That's what is our understanding. Give up everything. But what is the real renunciation? Actually, Rupa Goswami explains this. What is real? It is said, Phalgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. Phalgu Vairagya is a false renunciation. Yukta Vairagya is a real renunciation. Renouncing with knowledge. What? Renunciation with knowledge. Just a small example and say, so that you can understand one incident. For example, somebody has lost his purse. It has fallen on the road. And it is with full many credit cards, debit cards, and cash, everything is in it. A thief, as we are seeing, a thief, somebody comes, he sees the purse, what he does? He just takes away. The other person, who was very pious person, a good person, what he does, seeing this purse, it is somebody else's property. What I shouldn't? I shouldn't touch this. It is a sinful act. I'll not touch this. So he'll give up that and go. This is called as false renunciation. What is true renunciation? A person, intelligent person, he sees the purse, he takes it. He sees to whom it belongs. He searches the address and hands over to him. This is the real renunciation. The whole material world belongs to the Supreme Lord Krishna. When we start offering all our possessions and everything to the Lord, that is the true renunciation. This is reality. This is with knowledge. This we can see in our life also, our ancestors, what they used to do. After earning, when they get a salary, I don't know about your families, but I used to see this in my family. After taking the salary, they'll come, keep in front of the Lord at this lotus feet. What it means? That I am your servant and you are the real proprietor. Everything belongs to you. They offer to the Lord. And later part, as a servant of the Lord, they take something from them with his permission. They take that amount and spend for their day-to-day life. And never ever they can do any mistake or do any abominable work or sinful activities by that amount, because they are scared that the Supreme Lord is the Master, is watching me, how I'm using this amount. And you can see the house's name also. Srinivasa Nilaya, Lakshmi Nilaya, or something on Krishna Nilaya. What is that? The house belongs to the Lord Govinda. It belongs to Srinivasa. It belongs to Krishna. Rama Nilaya. It belongs to Rama. But unknowingly we keep the name, but we enjoy stating that this house belongs to me. Actually, we are just servant. Everything in this material world belongs to the Supreme Lord. This is the real life. By the scriptures, by Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we know how to lead our life. We should learn that. Then we don't get bind in this material. Actually, Krishna says here, Dharmendriyani samyamya ya aste manasasmaran indriyarthan vimuratma mityachara sapchate. One who restrains the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Is called a mithyachari. Just a pretender. A person who gives up everything, but his heart is filled of desires. He needs everything. But what is he doing? He's just pretending to the world that I am very renunciant. I am or a saffron dress. I am not interested in anything. So only that's why Krishna says, Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyasmi tattvata. No one else can understand other than my devotees. You should be a devotee of the Lord, and you can understand the intricacies or the secrets of this divine knowledge, the message of the Lord. Actually, Srila Prabhupada once, when he was in America, so there was other Guru's disciples. They were showing a photo to Srila Prabhupada. My dear master, just see our spiritual master, such a great renunciant he is. There's a big photo of him where there was a lot of money and gold coins, everything. And he's just showing his hands like this, that I don't need this. In seeing this photo, and Srila Prabhupada says, the same amount what you are kept in front of your Guruji, you come and keep in front of me. I'll show like this. That means I need everything. I'll just hug the amount and everything gold. And he says, your spiritual master is a fool. He don't know how to utilize the Lord's property to the service of the Lord. But I know. I'm not a renunciant. I'm servant of the Lord. I'm not giving up anything. I'm utilizing everything in the Lord's service. Actually, this is a real renunciation with knowledge. Sometimes when we come to Bhagavad Gita, we think that, oh, we have to give up this, we have to give up that. No, nothing to be given. Only thing, add Krishna to our life. It's very simple. See, real renunciation here, most important. Bhagavad Gita is not about living. It is about living. How to live our life. How to lead our life. Bhagavad Gita teaches that. Not something living. Many think that once you take, many will say to the kids, or many will say to others also, hey, Bhagavad Gita you don't take now. That is not the age to take Bhagavad Gita. At the age of 16. Why? If you take Bhagavad Gita, you have to give up many things. No, not to give up many things. Learn how to lead better life. And for the first time, you will be learning something in this verse. Here, Krishna says, Yajnarthat karmanonyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha yadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Any activities you do, pious or impious, you are binded to this material. Even good things bind you, not only the bad things. Actually, what is our problem? Do anyone know what is our real problem? We think that I don't have education, I don't have wealth, I don't have that, this is our problems. No, our real problem is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Birth, death, old age, and disease. Even you are a millionaire, you face this problem. Even you are a pauper, you are a beggar, you face this problem. Nobody is exempted from this. That is our real problem. So how to come out of it? Even if you do good things, what happens? Definitely doing by some good things, you'll get punya. By getting that punya, definitely you'll enjoy. For that, you take another life. That means another birth. That means once again you have to die. And during this period, you'll be getting old. And disease, you have sufferings. So this is our real problem. Whatever you do, you get binded up in this material world. Without Krishna consciousness, without Bhagavad Gita, you can never escape from this problems. Please make a note of it. I'll say a small story. So in Bhagavatam, there is a great king by name Nugu Maharaj. Nugu was a great king. And such a great charitable person he was. Just in charity he used to give, it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, how many particles or sand particles are in this earth. So many cows he has given in charity. Just think what a great chariter he was. Whatever he had, he was just distributing to everyone. Especially cows he used to give so much. So once what happened? And not just giving ordinary cows. He used to decorate the cow with a silk cloth, with the golden horns and with the silver anklets to the feet of the cows, and then he used to give in charity. So once a Brahmana comes to this king and he asks, my dear king, can you just give me one cow? Because I need to do some my daily rituals for the milk and the curd and ghee. Can you give me one cow? Then the king says, oh, my dear Brahmana, why you want one cow? I can give you hundreds of cows. He says, no, I'm a Brahmana. One cow is sufficient for me. And yes, he decorates that, he gives the charity. That charity means pouring the water into his hands, giving the dana, we say. So giving that, and he gives the cow. So what happens? He takes the cow to this house, and after that, for grazing, he will allow the cow to graze. What do the cow know that the king has given this name to the Brahmana? After, see, animals have one nature. In the evening, what happens? It just goes back to his house. So it was in the kingdom for so many days. So after grazing, what it did? It went to the kingdom back. And this Brahmana is now searching for the cow. Oh, somebody has stolen my cow. I'm not able to find his. Next day, what happened? Another Brahmana came. He went to the king and he asked for the king a cow. And for the same thing, even the king said, I can give more than one cow. He said, no, I need one cow is sufficient. Okay. So he took a cow, and it was the same cow which had come from the Brahmana who had given yesterday. So once again, he gave in charity the same cow to him, and he was taking this cow. Seeing this, the other Brahmana, seeing this, he said, oh, you have stolen my cow. This is my cow. Comes, they had a quarrel. Then the second Brahmana says, no. Today only I took from this king. He has given it to me. So they both Brahmanas, they'll come to the king. So having discussion, that's to whom this cow belongs. And now the king understood. Oh, it has come back. So once again, I have given the same cow to the other Brahmana. So he requests the first Brahmana, my dear Brahmana, please give away this cow. I can give you 1,00,000 cows. Then the Brahmana says, I'm a Brahmana. I'm not a beggar. Something has received. This is the Lord's mercy which I get. The charity which you give, it is coming through the Lord. It is coming through you, but it is coming from the Lord. So whatever comes to me, to my account, it belongs to me. I cannot give up that. The cow which you have given to me yesterday, this belongs to me. You have to give only that. And he is saying to the second Brahmana, even the second Brahmana is replying in the same way. Even I am a Brahmana. Once I take a charity, I cannot give it back. So this cow belongs to me. He has given so much of charity. He has done so many pious activities. He has done so many good things in his life, the king. But now is in such a situation, he is not able to satisfy this Brahmanas. It displeased these two Brahmanas. So what was the result he faced out of it? For the next life, he took a life of a lizard. He took a life of a lizard. Even now, there's a place in Dwaraka, you can go and see there. So he was in a big well. He was as a lizard for millions and millions of years. And his body was growing and he became such a big body. It was completely filled within that well, and he was not even able to move. Actually, see, he is very, what I can say, pious or a fortunate king. He had done so much of charity in his life. So definitely he will have some mercy on the king. The Lord will have some mercy to the king. So this happened during the time of Lord Krishna's pastime. So when the great grandsons of Krishna, they were playing this ball. One ball fell in the well. Then they ran to Krishna and they called, Krishna, there is a big lizard in this well. He comes and he just touches this lizard. Then he took the divine form of the king, and there in Srimad Bhagavatam, we can say, he will say the story. This is how I was binded. Then by the Lord's mercy, he got liberated. Definitely, we are not such kind of a charitable person or such kind of a great souls. So never ever Krishna will come to us. So what is a small story I'm saying here? Whatever the good things you do also, you get binded in this material. Only Krishna consciousness can save us. Only Krishna can save us. Only devotional service can save us from this material. Okay. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material. Let it be good or bad. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. Not only work, you can see the next slide, many things will come here. And here, one more thing. It's a small question to you. You can answer it later, Pat. When the Chat is enabled. You can answer this, or you can even say this. Not free will. Everyone have a free will and the destiny. There's a goal. Now you can see this goat here in this picture. It's been tied with a rope and it is standing there. Now the question is, whose decision is this? Many say, no, even without the, what I can say, order of the Lord, even a grass will never shake. Even a grass will never move without the order of the Lord. Everything is goes on the Lord's order or His instruction. Now, the question is, the goat is standing here. So whose decision is this? It's the Lord's decision or it's a goat's decision? Write in a paper later, but in the end, you can answer to this. Okay. Now, this is how the decisions that we take, we get binded or we get liberated in this material. Not only our activities. And now the other important topic where Krishna is saying, Yajna Shishnashina Santo Muchante Sarvakil Vishaihi Bunjate Tvagadam Papa Ye Pachanti Atmakarana. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Other than devotees, what happens? Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Who's saying this? The Supreme Lord, Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, who is the creator. He is saying that anyone who eats without offering to me is eating only sin. Whatever you prepare, let it be sattvic, let it be tamasic, let it be rajasic, let it be non-veg, let it be vegetarian, whatever you do, if you are something eating for your sense gratification, it's only sin we are eating. That means for so many years, what are we eating? It's only sin. Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, my devotees are free from this sin. Why? Because whatever they do in their life, they offer to me. This is real human life, not life of animals, not like dogs and cats, whatever we think, whatever we get, keep on enjoying for sense gratification. No. Actually, you can see the devotees, ISKCON devotees. We don't eat anything other than which is offered to the Lord. If it's not offered, even the water we drink, it will be offered. So my request to all, from today, you can start offering. What to offer? Can we offer everything? No. See, from the day when I have asked you to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, somewhere we are getting purified, purifying ourselves. And from today, we'll be creating a relationship between the Lord. We start our relation with the Lord. We start treating Lord as our Supreme Father. We start offering Him. So from today, 1 glass of milk and a fruit. And fruit also not with this thing, banana or something, keeping in front of the Lord. No. Open the peel, then cut. How do we eat? The same way it has to be offered to the Lord. And a glass of milk. And please offer with 1 leaf of tulsi. Without tulsi, Krishna will never accept. So Bhakti Devi. So it is she who purifies that and offers to the Lord. Keep 1 leaf of tulsi on a fruit or in a cup of glass of milk and offer to the Lord. And the glass should be pure enough, not a juta one, what we drink, not that glass. Where we don't drink such kind of glass. New glass is also better, or you can clean with something. No, it's better to have a good, because we keep our mouth and drink. It becomes juta. Our juta item shouldn't be offered to the Lord. So some new glass or something, a bowl also is fine, where we don't make juta in that kind. You can offer 1 glass of milk and fruit. You start this from today. You start developing relationship with the Lord. And in sadhana report also, you'll ask about Naivedya. So if you're doing from today, please say yes for it. Okay. Yes. Now we can go to the next topic, yoga ladder. See, our Vedic system is so wonderfully designed wherever we are. at whatever level we are standing, it gives us an opportunity to become perfect. It gives an opportunity to make us ourselves perfect. That is the beauty of our Vedic system. That's why even so many invaders, even today, nobody is able to understand our Sanatan Dharma. Who is this? Because they have narrow-minded, they have only one thing. We have, there are so many hundreds of Devi Devata worshippers, and nobody have any quarrel or anything like that, dispute in them. Everyone be along with each other, a loving relationship with everyone. So this is the beauty of our Vedic system. We cannot understand, ordinary people are not able to understand this. Because they are in a superior conscious than other adharmis. The person who is a adharmi cannot understand. Minimal, wherever Krishna conscious we have, that's what Krishna says. Tomorrow I'll say that. So only a devotee or a person who is in this nature can understand him. How much we surrender to the Lord, so much we'll be able to understand and get his mercy. You can see here, there are many people who are karmis. Even he can become a perfect karmi. Those who are after sense gratification but do not follow the Vedic injunctions, living like animals, only performing the 4 acts: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Sorry to say, this was our life also before Bhagavad Gita. Living a life of animals. Just our life is meant for eating, sleeping, mating. That's it. Nowhere other purpose. What is the use of going to a temple? Why should we go and why should we worship? Anyhow, I'm eating, anyhow, I'm sleeping and mating. I'm doing all my sensory activities. Why should I go? This was our question. Even today, many will ask this question. Only fools, they go there, they go to, that is only time waste. Because they don't know. Actually, the creator, Krishna has created this world in such a way that, and he has given a purpose of this life also. And nobody knows what is the purpose of life. How to get liberated from this material bondage or from material world. Krishna is giving this. That is why Bhagavad Gita has said a manual to a human life. It's a manual. Without reading Bhagavad Gita, there's no life. You don't know what is life at all. So, Bhagavad Gita is a must now. Okay. The next is Karma Kanda, regulated sense gratification. Even if you are a karmi, you take up Krishna consciousness, you take up Bhagavad Gita, you can make your life perfect. Then Sakama Karma Yoga, attached to the fruits of work and work itself. Yes, attached to the work. That's where it comes Karmanyavadikar Astima Paleshu Kadachana. Karma Falayaturgur Mate Sangosu. Yes, attached to the work. This is my business, this is my work. Later part, take that salary or take the income and keep at the lotus feet of the Lord, offering to the Lord. Definitely I am attached to this material world, but Krishna is part of offering the results to the Lord. Then it comes Nishkama Karma Yoga. And you will come see in this other chapters. Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then he becomes a jnani, then he becomes a yogi, then he becomes a bhakta. It's a ladder. It just keeps on going on and on and on. In this way, start progressing in our life. Okay, so wherever you are, you can start up this Krishna consciousness. We get purified day by day, and you can make our life perfect. And now to the next topic, exemplary. Another important topic. Yat yat acharati shreshtas tat tat devataro janaha sayat pramanam krute lokastadanuvartate. Exemplary life. Krishna is saying, great people, whatever they do, others follow them. Whatever father does, children follow them. Whatever elder brother is doing, the younger brother will follow him. Yatha Raja Tata Praja. Whatever the king does, even the citizens see that and they go accordingly. You can see this family, what is happening here. Father and mother are doing kirtan. And even the kids are joining them by playing mridanga and karthala singing. Now, the father is smoking. And he says to the king not to smoke. Will that happen? No. Yes, in front of the father, he may not smoke, but he'll go to the side somewhere outside, he'll start doing it. Because my father is showing, as an exemplary, he's showing to his son, this is how is my life. And many here, Parents, they need their kids to be well-versed. They'll say, "Hey, I am at least a bad man, you be a good man." How will that happen? Array, he is my seed. The tree itself, for example, a mango tree can give a mango seed. So without change in me, how could we expect change in our children? So the change begins from us. We should become a devotee of the Lord. Then seeing us, the kids learn. That's what you can see in Srila Prabhupada's life history also. Actually, you would wake up every day by hearing the bell sound of his father. He was doing Aarti to the Lord, to Radha Krishna, and ringing the bell. That sound waked him up every day. Every day he used to see his father in that way. As soon as he woke up, his mother used to go embrace him and say, "Father is doing puja, you go and take bath and come. In 2 minutes, you go take bath and come and join Father in doing Aarti and these things." And today you can see Prabhupada, what is he? What exemplary we show. And we think, oh, it's only anyhow, in the next slide you can see. It said it's only the parents, king and teachers should be an exemplary. No. Each and everyone is an exemplary. A 10 years boy is doing something. His younger brother, 5 years, he watches his brother and does it. So somebody is watching us. So what an exemplar or example we are showing to them. If somebody is spoiling his life by seeing me, definitely I'll be getting some sin out of it. Because I'm spoiling somebody's life. Not only I'm spoiling myself, I'm spoiling others also. So I definitely get the sinful reactions to it. So whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So leaders are exemplary. Leaders should be exemplary. That is parents, teachers, head of the state, etc. Everyone should be an exemplary, not only they. But what is happening to our world now? Our leaders and hence expected to act in the responsible and exemplary manner because they lead the common people. For example, take teachers. In those days, seeing a teacher somewhere, even on the street, his disciple will come and give a posted obeisance to him because they had so much of respect towards the teacher. And even the teacher was like that because they had an exemplary life. They used to see the teacher's life and they implemented it in life. But nowadays, teachers, just for money's sake, they go and teach. They don't have any behavior. They don't have any character. And what in those days, that was the respect they used to offer to the spiritual master or the teacher. Then what happened? They used to just give a salute to them. "Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir." And nowadays, schools, they say that teachers has to be called by their name. That is a respect. And for example, the teacher is a lady. And first of all, the teachers are not teachers. And this students who are sitting, backbenchers who are sitting, they just throw the rockets on her. What relationship is that? And even the teachers, they come to show their glamour. They don't have any character. The same with the students. So which direction are we going? And parents also. What exemplary we are showing to our kids. And no need to speak of our kings or politicians. Actually, they're the kings. There's so many scams. So what exemplary are we learning from them? So everything is corrupted here. So at least we should get protected by ourselves by taking this step. Choose your leader carefully. Don't get mistaken. Use the principles taught by the Gita to identify a proper teacher. Remember, only a proper student can become a proper teacher. It can be our exemplary. Sometimes we take film heroes as our exemplary. What happens? See their life, see their relationships. One is having 4 or 5 relations, always drinking, smoking, having all kind of abominable life they lead. What can we learn from them? Definitely you are not taking a right decision in our life by taking them as an example. But you can see in this picture. And one more thing, okay, let me say about Srila Prabhupada here. He has gone to America and thought about Krishna consciousness. And those people who were there, they were all hippies, mlechas, yavanas. always humanizers, always drinking, always non-vegetarian, all such kind of meat eaters. Their life was such an abominable thing. But they took Srila Prabhupada in their life. They started following Srila Prabhupada. And today, they are great sannyasis. They're great saints, being an exemplar to millions of them, just by following on great Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Just imagine which direction are we taking and whom we are taking as example. And here, you can see here wolf, where it is pretending as a goat so that can swallow the goat. There's so many bogus gurus, bogus sadhus, who just pretend themselves as a great sadhu just to cheat us. And we go get trapped to them. So here there is a solution for this. Remember this. Only a disciple can be he should be a slave to his spiritual master. Not that myself becoming a guru. And notice so many institutions and so many societies with they themselves claim as guru. I'm a great guru. Please go and ask them who is your guru. Or he is served his spiritual master as a slave. And is he doing his activities according to the instructions of his spiritual master? Then definitely you can accept him as a guru. If he is a bogus guru, he himself claims as a guru. There's so many societies and institutions like this. And they do this Pada Puja to them, and they charge for it. They do Aarti to that personality. Prabhupada never encouraged such things. He thought, he never ever spoke about himself. He always used to speak about Lord Krishna and his spiritual master. He used to say that I am the slave or the servant of my spiritual master. His instructions is that go to the Western countries and preach this transcendental knowledge, Bhagavad Gita. I'm a servant of him. I'm doing his duty. Just as a duty, I'm doing taking his instructions, I'm doing it. He never claimed himself as a guru. So better we should choose. Okay, now let us go further. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasyadhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva vidyasva vigatachvara. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrender all your works unto me with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy. Right. Now he's instructing Arjuna. It is not to Arjuna, it is to us. So never ever take a wrong decision in your life. With full knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, surrender to Krishna. So whatever the desires, or without any profit, and here, most important, free from lethargy. Oh, everything belongs to Krishna, everything. So let me do nothing. No, Krishna is never encouraging such kind of thing, laziness also. Say, you have to do your duty. But offer the results to me. Don't get binded in this material. That is the purpose that you have taken this life. That is why I have sent you here. Do your duty, make your life perfect, and come back. Here. Now, why perform your prescribed duty and not others? Another important topic. Based on our qualities, based on our mode or our nature, we have to go accordingly. Not just pretend or follow others. What happens? Steadiness, social organizing, natural pushing. So what we have to do accordingly. We shouldn't pretend or do somebody's others' duties. It's very dangerous. How it becomes dangerous? Krishna is saying, Sri Shreyan Swadharmo Viguna Paradharma Swanushtita Swadharme Niguna Shreya Paradharmo Bhayavaha. It is far better to discharge one's prescribed duties, even though faultily. Even faultily, if you do your duty, also not a wrong thing in that. Than another's duties perfectly. Destruction in the course of performing one's own duties is better than engaging in another's duties to follow another's path is dangerous. So how to understand this? I'll just say a small story to understand, just to understand this. Once there was a veterinary doctor. It was a hospital, and there was a doctor and a compounder. Once a person came with his horse, And he requested the doctor, my dear doctor, just see this horse. I spent lakhs and lakhs to purchase this horse, and now it is not eating anything from 3 days. Please to take care of it. Some or the other, you just see, make this horse well. Okay. Then the doctor checks the horse and he asks the compounder to get a hammer. He gets the hammer, just seeing the throat part of the horse, he just taps on 4 or 5 times. After a while, the horse started eating grass. Oh, the master was so happy. Then he gave a good amount to the doctor. With happily he went back. Seeing this, compounder thought, Hare, just by tapping a hammer on the throat of the animal, he's getting lakh rupees. That owner has paid him so much. Why should I work under him as a peon, a compounder? Let me start a new veterinary hospital. He started a veterinary hospital opposite to that. His treatment was only one thing. Take a hammer, tap on the throat. That's it. So the next day, many used to go to that hospital also. They used to get a cat. They used to get a dog or something. What is it? Any problem? Fever? Oh, he's not eating? Oh, any problem? Okay. Get my hammer. He used to tap on the throat of that cat or a dog. What happens? At once it dies there. So everyone started chasing him. He came in a scared. He was running and he came to this doctor. Doctor, this is what happened. What happened? He said, see, I saw that you tapped the hammer to the throat of the horse and he paid you so much of amount for that. So I started my hospital also. I started tapping all the throats of the animals with this hammer. Everyone is chasing me. He says, my dear fool, actually the horse had swollen some, this thing, watermelon or something. So I tapped it. It broke within the throat and then it was able to eat. So he paid me for that. Not it is the same treatment for all. Never ever a compounder can become a doctor. That is the message to you. That's it. Understood? So never ever a compounder can become a doctor. Doctor is a doctor. So never ever you should pretend, or never ever you should take others' role to play. But nowadays, what is happening here? A businessman is very scared to keep some servants. Why? They start learning the work and finally they go away, open another shop opposite to him, and he'll become a competitor. That is what is happening in nowadays world. And those days you can see Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. A Shudra is a person, is such a trustworthy person, you know. Sometimes they say, for example, in olden days, you go to a house, the servant will say that, I'm servant of this boss, and my father was serving in this house. And my grandfather was serving in this house. And my great-grandfather also was a servant in this house. And today I am also serving here. You all think, what is speciality in this? Should we be a servants for the house, family after family? No, what we are understanding, they call them as Shudras, a trustworthy person. But nowadays, we have lost the quality of a Shudra also. We don't have the qualities of Shudra nowadays. Shudra is a person who can trustworthy. Even the owner of the house, sometimes you go for a pilgrimage and somebody will ask him, Hare, you are such a wealthy person. You have given up everything and come. He says that, no, my servant is there. He's taking care of it. Millions of wealth if he's having, he'll just hand over to his servant because so much of trustworthy on him. Faith on him because he never ever will cheat me. From his ancestors, he's just working for my house. And this guy also, it takes care of their family in the same way. Any marriages, any problem, no problem will be because he's a family person. That is how they treat him. Any marriage to his daughter, it is the house owner who does it. And today we don't have such quality of a Shudra also. Who's having faith on us? Our boss don't have. Any shop you're working, your boss don't have there. Because they're scared of us, because we don't have the quality of a Shudra also. And we claim ourselves to be a Vaishya or a Kshatriya Brahmana. Just imagine, Shudra is having such a great quality. And what to speak of Kshatriyas and Brahmanas of those days? Such a great exalted personalities they were. We are degrading ourselves day after day because we are not taking up this Bhagavad Gita in our lives. So Krishna is saying this. So it is better to lead a simple life. What am I? Rather than snatching something of this. Yeah. Okay. Arjuna asks it for us. There's a question now. Many times, after hearing so many things from tomorrow, I want to be a good person. But never it will happen. Why is that? I know this is a sinful activity, but still, somehow or the other, I'm doing it. Why? Question that pops in all our mind. Even though I know the best course of action, but what is that impels me to act improperly and against my good intelligence? Can you guess the answer? For example, you can see this picture. Many of us, we have to attend this session. We have an alarm. Finally, in the morning, what happens? You just have a tap on the alarm. Just 5 minutes, I'll wake up. That 5 minutes will become 8 o'clock. Then you think, the session has been already over. There's so many who are in the group. So this is an everyday process for them. They'll be thinking from tomorrow I should attend the session. They're not able to do that. They are not thinking a good way. Definitely. They wanted to make their life perfect. It's not happening. Why is that happening? Krishna answers here. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyena Mihavairinam. What is the real enemy in our life? It is the lust. It is a desire. Yesterday we said, Dhyayato Vishayan Pamsa Sangha Sanjayata Kama. From there, how anger arises. The lust, never it can be satisfied. The desire to sleep. You just, for the same example, I'm continuing here. The desire to sleep, just for 2 minutes sleep you need. That made you to sleep for 2 hours. In this way, we have so many desires, it binds us. A small mistake we commit, and that leads us to a great disaster. Krishna is saying the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion, later transformed into wrath. Wrath is anger, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. So we should have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita before our desire transforms to lust. We should decide whether do I need this or no. Let it be any desire. Before tapping on the alarm, we should know whether should I tap it or I should wake up. Just committing a small mistake, the whole life gets disastered. We'll just lose our whole life. Just by a small mistake. And that is desire. Just to trying to fulfill our desire. Small desire, you try to fulfill it, it transforms to lust. Once it is transformed to lust, never ever you can satisfy it. If you don't satisfy, it transforms to anger. If you satisfy, it transforms to greed. There's no end for lust. And we have so many lust, so many strong desires in our life, which is up to come for the next another millions of lifetime also. So many desires we have. So it's difficult. And Krishna is saying how this lust or the desire binds us in this material world. 3 coverings of lust. Fire covered by smoke. It is something when just imagine your desire is coming covered to our body, you think. In second layer, third layer, fourth layer, it is coming. So whatever happens on our body, you may not be able to feel. You have a big jacket, this size of a jacket you are wearing, and somebody pricks a small needle to it. Will you feel for that? You will not have any feeling, isn't it? That is how our consciousness gets degraded. When you have more desires, your more material coverings is increasing and your consciousness is reducing day after day. And here Krishna is giving the example, fire covered by smoke. It is our human life. Something our consciousness is covered as fire has been covered with smoke. Our body is covered. Very quickly, by hearing this Bhagavad Gita, will come out of it. Oh, this is my duty. I have to do this. I'll take up devotional service and I'll live my perfect life and make myself perfect. And the second, when our desires is more, mirror covered by dust, we transform to an animal. We'll be in the life of an animal as a lion, tiger, elephant, cat, dog, pig, whatever. What happens? It is something like a mirror covered by dust. It takes a lifetime. It takes a great endeavor. It's very difficult to come out of it. And the third, embryo covered in womb. Embryo, it is with life, no? But it is within the womb. It is not even having the independence to shake its legs and hands. That's the life of tree, plants, and mountains, rock. Everything is having life, but you don't have the independence of even shaking the hands and legs. Its consciousness is so much covered with this material desires of the lust, you see. Clear? Now we are very fortunate to at least understanding what is life. From here, we should transform ourselves, change our direction, and come to the other path rather than going more and more towards the material mind. Okay. And lust never satisfied. Krishna says, Avritam jnanam etena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena chalena cha. Thus, the wise living entity's pure consciousness becomes covered by his external enemy in the form of lust. Actually, we are all very pure. We are the spirit soul. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. But we are covered by our lust, by our desires, unfulfilled desires. So which is never satisfied and which burns like fire. This way, we take our many millions and millions of life. Nobody is satisfied by a single small thing. Even you have a cycle, you are not satisfied. You need for a vehicle, a bike. By taking a bike, you're not satisfied, you need a car. By taking a car, you need another bigger car. Even if you have 4 or 5 cars, then you need your own flight. That's what you can see. The rich people or the old poor people, everyone anchoring for the next level, and nobody is satisfied in what they have. This is nothing but lust. We are just trapped in this life. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, our life becomes waste. Now, okay, now we are in the middle. Even if it is beginning, it's okay, but we are in the middle now. How to come out of it? Krishna gives the answer. Krishna gives the solution. Defeat the enemy. We know who is our enemy? It's lust. So how to defeat him? The very first thing, finding our 3 hideouts. The enemy, where is he there? He is on our senses, on our mind, on our intelligence, and defeat. How to defeat him? It is sitting, our enemy is sitting on our senses, on our mind, and our intelligence also. The most grossest thing is the senses. See, the senses, the mind and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him. What is our real knowledge? Jivera Sarupahai Krishnera Nityadas. I am the eternal servant of Krishna, and my purpose of human life is to serve Krishna. The prime duty of the soul is to serve the super soul. We have forgotten it. We don't know that. And that is because of our coverings of this material lust, and which is sitting on senses, mind, and intelligence. How to defeat it? This is the second process. Defeat the enemy. Plan 2. Regulate the senses. How to regulate the senses? Of the 3 senses, are the easiest to control because they are the processed. You can see in yesterday's verse 62 and 63. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. Anyhow, yesterday I've answered it. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangat Sanjayata Kama. I gave an example also. When you are, for example, for a Mataji, like if she sees a saree or dress material before having a desire, and she should, with knowledge, think that, am I affordable to it? Is my husband able to buy this? Then she can ask, say, I'm very much interested in this dress. Please, can you get me? If she thinks this is beyond my limit, just give up. Don't have a desire on it. Even the same way, like Prabhuji is also having some desire for a house or for a car or something. Am I affordable? Not taking in a loan and paying EMIs and struggling my whole life. I'm able to do this? Yes, you can do that. That is worked based on our knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot take. So here you can see sense objects. When you see more on the sense objects, you start contemplating on it and develop attachment towards it. Once you develop attachment, then it transforms to lust. Lust is nothing but disaster of our life. Once our desires transform to lust, never it is satisfied, as Krishna is saying. Never it gets satisfied. It leads more and more, more and more. Today you can see the wealthiest persons, millionaires, they are not satisfied. And you say this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to them, they are so ignorant, they cannot even take this. They say, oh, no, this is not the life. You are all fools, wasting your time by chanting and doing this, reading Bhagavad Gita. What's the use? I'm earning millions, I'm earning more and more. So Prabhupada says this is a dog race. Don't know what for we are earning, what for we are leading our life. Working from morning to night like donkeys, running, what for? And how much you can eat. That is sufficient for our life, no? But we taken a wrong decision in our life. Now we have to regulate it, come back and defeat the enemy. The third plane is knowledge. Strengthening the intelligence by chanting, hearing, reading, discussing, and applying Shastras to our life. You can see here in the picture, happy life, the kids, small kids, playing mridanga, chanting, they're happily enjoying with Kirtan. This is real happiness, not working like donkeys from morning to night. Having a big bungalow, what's the use of it? Always scared that who is going to come and attack here, when the income tax people will come or when the thieves will enter my house. Always scared of to protect. Anyhow, I said that story yesterday. So in this way, that is not the real happiness. This is the real happiness. And Krishna is giving a formula. What is that? A, B, C, D. One is association with the right sattvic. Associate with the devotees, definitely they will teach you better. If you associate with the materialist, if you associate with a drunkard, he will teach you how to drink. If you associate with a smoker or a womanizer, he will teach how to do that, how to commit that sinful activity, how to engage in it. So use your intelligence, associate with the right persons, so that definitely you will be able to purify yourself and make your life perfection. Then books. So what kind of books? In the 14th, somewhere in the 14th chapter it will come, but still books. Read Bhagavad Gita regularly or take Srila Prabhupada, small books are there. You take that. It's a life lessons to us. It teaches how to lead our life. Then chant the names of the Lord. Chanting the holy names of the Lord, it purifies us. And the D is diet. Watch what you eat. This is the essence of today's chapter. What are we eating? Are we eating sin? Or are we eating Krishna Prasad? It's up to us. So from today, please do start offering to the Lord. Start developing relationship with the Lord. Okay. Yes, thank you. So third chapter we saw. So Tyaga, renunciation, that is a real renunciation, and false renunciation. And regulated activities, how our activities should be regulated, how it shouldn't be a sinful one, and how to come out of it. An exemplary life, how should we, to whom we should take the exemplary, and how we should behave as an exemplary to others. These two things. And who's our enemy? Not our neighbors, not our boss or someone. The real enemy is within us. That is the lust. It is just burning me life after life, life after life. Not making me to take the right decisions. Even if I take, even with my intelligence, I'm trying to do this, the lust makes me cover, forces me to commit that sinful act. Anyhow, from today, you'll learn many things. There is a us now, not outside. So you want to do some good things, and your nature and your lust will not allow you. Your senses will not allow you. You want to do some good things, it will not allow you. You want to chant, it will say, hey, this is all time waste. You do that, you do this. You want to offer to the Lord, you say. Many I have seen, I don't know this batch how it works. Many I have seen, even after saying this, they don't offer. You say, that means they don't have even a glass of milk for the Lord to give. So poverty is taken. I don't know how is this. So they're not able to do that. We eat, we drink, we do everything, just keeping in front of the Lord. I was fortunate enough to see my family in this way. In those days, you can see they were often to the Lord. Whatever they prepare, the first they used to keep in front of the Lord. And they take. I don't know, your family also might have been seen that. We became so lazy, degraded day after day. Then what happened? Every day you used to do. Then it came for some weekly ones, Saturdays. Then they said, no, it's for festivals. They came for festivals. And nowadays, even for festivals, we don't have. And even if you do, it's only for show off. Bring everyone, show that they do that Lakshmi Puja, decorate with new notes and decorating and showing to everyone. See, how I've done. There's nowhere love to the Lord, nowhere love to the goddess or whatever they do. It's only for show off we do. No, where is our purification? By showing the love to the Lord, by developing the relationship with Him. Okay. See, to understand more about it, please do read the PDF or you have to read Bhagavad Gita. Many things I cannot cover everything in this 1 hour, so many things misses out. So please do read. Okay. Now for tomorrow, it's more important chapter. It's a transcendental knowledge. So eternal knowledge, accurate understanding, reactionless karma, and surrender. Tomorrow you can see many things. So accurate understanding about the caste system. What Krishna is saying about Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, you'll be able to see tomorrow. And whomever you worship, the result will be the same. Those things are how much wrong we are, or what is the misunderstanding we have done in our life. Everything tomorrow, most of the things will be covered. Okay, now there's this link, so I request everyone to attend, at least attend for the quiz. Somewhere there will be a progression in your life. Now let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare. And Krishna says to Narada Muni here, Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va tatra tishtami narada yatra yayanti mat bhaktaha. Narada Muni is asking the Lord, my dear Lord, where do you reside? And Krishna is answering here, I am not in Vaikuntha. Please don't come to Vaikuntha to see me. I'm not that always in Vaikuntha. Nor in the hearts of the yogis, not even within the hearts of the yogis who do the dhyana, who meditate on him. Yama, niyama, hasana, pranayama, pratyara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. It's a very difficult process. Even then, I'm not in their hearts. As Paramatma, they watch me, but still I'm not there. But where am I? I remain where my devotees engage in glorifying my activities. I reside there who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, who is reading Bhagavad Gita, who is reading Bhagavatam, who is glorifying me. I'll be there. This is in Padma Purana. Krishna is saying to Narada. Just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that means you're inviting Krishna to your house. He is just sitting next to you. He's just dancing on our tongue. He's residing in our heart. Just by offering a glass of milk and fruit, that means he's taking it. And you will see in coming days, in the 9th also Krishna says, Yad Dashnos, Yad Gazasi, whatever you do, just offer to me. I will honor it. I will take it. He is ready to take from us, but are we ready to offer that to him? That's the question. We are so lazy and so selfish people. We eat everything, we drink everything, even a small glass of milk or something to offer to the Lord. We are so lazy, we will not do that. At least from today you start this. And I'll be very happy to see in tomorrow's sadhana report that everyone saying yes to your Naivedya. Okay. Yes. This is our Lakshmi Narasimhadev. So Gandharvi Giridhari, our ISKCON HPL. So now, if anyone is having any questions, please do raise your hands. Meanwhile, we'll see our announcements from Chandrasekhar. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So first we'll take a look at the report, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Share this. You can see my screen, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Compared to yesterday, chapter 1, chapter 2, the attendance was a little less. 100 devotees attended, and quiz also, that participation got reduced from 59 to 45. But chanting, there is a slight increase from 29 to 35 devotees. And there was some feedback, Prabhu. Quickly, I will go through that.
So let me take question, Prabhu. Later, but you can have the people.
Okay, sure. Yes.
Yes. Surabhi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
So I just have one little question for today. You mentioned it on one of the slides that the places where lust resides, it was on the senses, the mind and intelligence.
Hmm.
How are mind and intelligence different? That is the only one. What's the difference between the mind and intelligence?
Okay, mind and intelligence. Actually, this is a settled body, no? Mind, intelligence, and false ego is a settled body. So, what is the difference between mind and intelligence? What is the duty or the purpose of mind? Mind actually thinking, willing, and feeling. It stores our desires. Mind stores our desires, and thinking, willing, and feeling comes from mind. And what is intelligence? Intelligence is always with knowledge or with ignorance. That's it. It only thing, whatever the mind shows the intelligence will say yes or no. You say, take it. And for example, I'll just give a incidents so that you can understand very easily. For example, you're walking on the street. On the left-hand side, you see a sweet stall. There is a jamun or there is a some this thing, jalebi or rasgulla, something. And that is costing 10 rupees. You don't have 10 rupees now in you, but you had a desire to eat that. So because of the unavailability of the amount, you just left and went. That has been stored in the mind. Clear. Now, after a few days, you have some 10 rupees or 20 rupees in your pocket. Now you're moving somewhere for other purpose you are going. And the side there's a sweet stall. The mind pops up. You have seen this popping advertisement in the laptop somewhere. The same way the mind pops up. Hare Baba, now you have 10 rupees in your pocket and there is a jamu. Now you have the option to purchase it because you had a desire. This is not only for yesterday or tomorrow, a day of yesterday. Even our lifetimes, millions of lifetimes, we have a desire. When you are getting the opportunity to fulfill your desire, the mind pops up. Yes, now you have the opportunity. Now the intelligence works here with the, what I can say, with knowledge. If it's lack of knowledge, there is no control over the mind. The mind overtakes everything, like even it overtakes the senses, the intelligence, everything is overtaken. Without knowledge, nowhere intelligence is working. But when you have knowledge, then the knowledge will instruct the mind. No. For example, take for today's session, like, so anything you eat without offering to the Lord, it's a sin. Then the intelligence will say the mind, no, this is unoffered food. If you eat this jamun or whatever, it is only a sin you are eating. So better not to eat. Come back. Then you'll go back. If you are ignorant enough, then whatever you see, you start eating that. If you don't have proper knowledge, so the intelligence cannot take a right decision. So the intelligence work is only to say yes or no, right or wrong. That is it. Rest all has been done by the mind. Okay, actually, this lust is been sitting everywhere because it is covering our intelligence also. It is not making to acquire this knowledge also. When you take up this, for example, I'm giving the only simple example I'm giving to attend the session also. You are not able to win your sleep, but the intelligence knows this is good. Attending this session, somewhere I'll improve my life. Somewhere I'll become perfect. But even that sleep, that is lust. That is controlling the intelligence. It is sitting on the intelligence. It says, oh, there's alarm. You just have this. Sleep for 2 minutes, it says. Just by sleeping for 2 minutes makes me to sleep for 2 hours. I'll be missing the session. So in this way, it is sitting in all the places. It is controlling us. At least as being a human being, we are able to understand this. Once you go more degraded to animal life or life of a mountain or trees, anything, definitely you cannot even, it takes millions and millions of lifetimes to once again get an opportunity as a human. So now we should think how fortunate are we having this human life. We're able to understand how to make our life. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Dhirendra Kumar Prabhu, you can unmute and turn on your video. You can unmute yourself. Prabhu, unmute. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I have one doubt, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, in Gita, there is one verse that say the soul is neither born nor does ever die.
Hmm.
And we are know if it's true. So then how population in the world increases?
Very good question. How population is increasing? So somewhere you can see the animal population is decreasing, no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Why
Prabhu.
is that?
Prabhu, I'm also reading in Bhagavad Gita.
Prabhu,
They are
your mother tongue?
Prabhu Hindi.
Hindi. Okay, you
Yes,
can
Prabhu.
I'll answer in English, not a problem. Here is convenient, you can see. बोले
प्रभु मतलब कि हमने गीता में पढ़ा था कि 84 लाख स्पीशीज होते हैं
yes, yes.
तो मतलब वो उन्हीं के हिसाब से मतलब जो कर्म करते हैं उन्हीं के हिसाब से मतलब कि वो उस स्पीशीज से मतलब कि ये मतलब born होता है.
Listen, it's not in that way. 84 lakh species, you say.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
actually, when we enter this material world, we enter as Brahma. From there, when we develop our desires, we degrade. So to fulfill our desires, we take so many lifetimes. So anyhow, will be coming in the next chapters. So we'll get accordingly the senses also. Our tongue, ears, everything will come according to satisfy our desires. Actually, Krishna is helping me, making me to put in a fish body, for example. Now you are willing more to swim. Lot of desire to swim. So your next life will be a fish. Lord is helping you because you have a desire to swim. So he has made you a fish. In that way, you have 84 lakh species. But human life, it's a cycle, like it covers everything and comes as a human being. It's an opportunity to get liberated from this material world, get liberated from this binding. So now your question was about the population.
Yes, bro.
There are innumerable souls. Not only is 84 lakh species or something like that, it is innumerable. So there is no place without soul. Just you have your hand, first you're closed. There are many souls within this thing also. That is within a settled body without this cross body. So when getting a body itself is a great opportunity to us. Not that population is increasing. Actually, calculation is wrong. See, this is all topic goes in a very depth. I cannot have so much of time to explanation also this. Actually, the world is misguiding us. You can see in this world, take this Kurukshetra itself. There are 18 Akshohinis were gathered there. And you know how many millions of men were there? And what to speak of women there? So many men, and not old people or the young people. Clear? No, nobody was below 15 or 20 years there. And nobody was above 60 or 70 years. And so many were gathered there. All were Kshatriyas. No Brahman is coming to fight, or no Vaishya or Shudra is coming to. Only Kshatriya population was so much. It is said, for one Brahmana, there were 10 Kshatriyas. And for one Kshatriya, there were 100 Vaishyas. And for one Vaishya, there were 1,000 Shudras. That was our Varnashrama Dharma, our structure. So population is not increasing. It is shown to us that it is increasing. A simple thing I'll say. In olden days, for example, you take a village, there's around 20 to 30 houses. In one house, they used to live to 40 to 50 family members used to live in one house. Or at least 20 they used to live in one house. But nowadays, what is happening? Every couple is having a house. As soon as they get married, they're getting separated, they're having a house. The same village, the same members who were there, before they had 20 houses, now there are more than 200 houses, more than 300 houses. Then you think, oh, population is increasing. No. Population is not increasing. We are getting degraded. We are not able to be together. And nowadays, I have seen in some apartments, Husband and wife, couples cannot live in one house. They are having two houses. They meet once in a week or something like that. They're living because they need personal. They have a personal life. Where are we going? So to our vision, it seems that, oh, we are populating more. And many, they say scarcity of food. See, just think if your lack of knowledge, how the world, they're misleading you in so many directions. And those days, the cultivation was only food crops. Nowadays, we call it as cash crops. Unnecessary things we grow more than the food crops. Tobacco is not required, we grow much of it. Gutka, pan, many things like this, which is unrequired to us for our leading life. To live, we need some food. And we are wasting the land unnecessarily. And we say scarcity in food. And you go to America and see yearly tons and tons of food has been thrown into the ocean because they want to maintain the poverty and the developed and undeveloped countries in that way. In that way, it is said in those days, it was only one king. Whole world, it was one king. Somewhere in India is producing more. He just takes everything and it has been given to the next countries. It's not a country, it's all one country. It's been just distributed all over equally. So when we become selfish, this is the problems we face. And this I cannot say in 10 minutes. It takes hours and hours together to explain all this. Now, how many directions or we are getting degraded. So when we don't have Bhagavad Gita in our life, we don't have Krishna in our life, this will be the result. We are all becoming so much ignorant. We don't know the real life what is there, and we are not able to even see that because of our lack of knowledge. Okay, I hope you understand.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Vinod Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, you can ask your question. Vinod Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you are unmuted. Can you speak?
Jai Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, I'll turn on your video. I think your signal is weak.
Prabhuji?
Yes, you can now. You can ask your question, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, just now you are told whatever you prepare, you have to offer to your God before eating. But how much time you have to keep that offering to the God, and after that, what should we do about that food?
Yes, Prabhu. Sorry to all because I did not complete that thing I said. So for today, I'm saying offer milk and fruit, not that everything.
Okay.
In the 9th section, 9th chapter, when it comes, I'll say what to offer. Because see, from the day one, as I'm saying, I have asked you all to chant. Some purification is happening. And now by offering milk and fruit, you start developing your relationship. In the 9th or 10th chapter, you'll be qualified yourself to offer everything. Then at least somewhere some maturity has been grown in you so that you know what to offer, what not to offer, why you shouldn't offer, and many things will come to by that time. Okay, so how to offer? For example, take a glass of milk, keep one tulsi, and just keep in front of the Lord. And with a humble prayers, you request the Lord, please, insignificant condition soul is offering something to you. Please honor it. Show mercy on me. You request him. And from 9th chapter, I'll say some mantra also for this. What mantra? For now, for time being, just request to him, give the obeisances, and keep for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, we say. Keep for 15 minutes, then take the milk, and whoever is in the house, the whole family, just take that milk as prasad. And if you're offered fruits, you take that and share among all your family members and take as prasad. Okay, this you practice for this 1 week. Later I'll say something else. How to prepare something to the Lord and offer. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Jai Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, next is Gita Mataji.
ಹಾ, ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
ಗುರುಜಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, 82 lakhs.
84 ಲಕ್ಷ ಯೋನಿಗಳು.
ಹಾ, ಅದು ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಡಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬಹುದಾ ಅದನ್ನ? ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈವ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಈ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಬರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದು, ಬರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಮೀನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಲಕ್ಷ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ನ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಆ ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು, ಅದು ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಈಗ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಈಗ ಫಿಶಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈವ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದಾ ನಾವು ಅಂತ?
ಹೌದು, ಅನ್ಕೊಬಹುದು, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ.
ಹಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರುಜಿ ಕೇಳ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅದು ಆ ತರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಅಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫ್
ಕೆಳಗಡೆ
ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಆವಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಒಂದು ಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದು 14ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ತಮೋಗುಣ, ರಜೋಗುಣ, ಸತುಗುಣ ಬಂದಾಗ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ, ಏನು ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅದೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿದೆಲ್ಲ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಂದಿಯಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಟು ಹಾನರ್ ಇಟ್, next life will be a pig, because pig can eat everything. So as I was saying, you have a very desire to swim, then you'll become a fish. You have a desire to fly, you'll become a bird. Actually, Krishna is helping you fulfill your desires. And one more thing also, don't think, for example, now you are having a desire to swim. So your next life, as you are taken as a fish, don't think after the fish life you'll become a human. It is a cycle. 84 species cycle it is. You take a life of a fish, then from there you turn up with all the 84 lakh species, and then you come for the human life. You're binded. We are just binding more and more towards this material world by having a small desires. Real enemy is the desire. Without knowledge in our lifetime, how many desires have we gathered? So many lifetimes will come. And you can liberate ourselves only by catching the lotus feet of Krishna. Just chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, getting purified. And anyhow, from today you start offering. And coming days, I'll say how to offer all the things. Whatever you prepare, you can offer, but not now. Please don't do now. It will come. Time will come. You have to purify yourself. You have to grow in spirituality. Then what to offer, what not to offer. You learn that and start offering. So then there's no difference between the Lord and us. We both are same as father and child. He is our supreme father. I'll become his child. Amayavamsha jivaloki jivabhuta sanatana. There's no difference between the Lord and the soul. So many understand different way, then both are same, both will merge. No, that is all wrong. In coming days, I'll explain everything. So always we are eternal servants of the Lord, but I am his son and he is my father. So we'll start developing the relationship with him. Okay.
ಗುರುಜಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಇದು, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅವರ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದಾ, ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ?
Okay. So see, for Lord's, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, this is something like material creation. Lord has created it. You're not contaminating yourself. No? You're not becoming unclean. Hey, Lord has created. This is the process. This is the creation way. There is nothing wrong in chanting the holy names of the Lord. 365 days, 24/7, you can chant the holy names of the Lord. Not only this, I'm saying for the woman, even somewhere there is Sutaka. Somebody, there's a death in my house. Something has happened. Even then you can chant. In those days you can see, having dead body in the house, they used to do Harikatha. Isn't it? So chanting the holy names, there's no restriction. It is said, Nam Kari Bohda Nijasarva Shakti Tatrarkta Niyamita Smaranena Kala. There's no Niyama Nibandhan. There's nothing called Niyamas for the Lord's chanting. You can chant always. And now come for the portion of doing puja. Yes, definitely there is a restriction. You cannot enter the puja room unclean. Even without taking bath, you cannot enter. You should clean our body. Actually, everything, manasa, vacha, karmana should be clean. At least what is possible we can do. We can clean our body. Being in a clean condition state, you have to enter the puja room and do the arati. Now,
During that,
now one more question arises. What about offering my? How can we offer when we are unclean? Yes, you can, but not in puja room. If you are, see, in those days, unclean means they used to sit outside because it was a joint family. There were so many other women who can cook. But nowadays, only being couples in the house, without they cook, nothing can happen. Even in unclean state also, they have to cook. So when you're cooking, then how could you offer the Lord? Then you cannot eat anything which is not offered to the Lord. It's something contradictory, you know? So you can have a small photo in the kitchen, and there itself we can offer the Lord. He is our Father. He will accept it. Even you're in unclean state, he will accept it. But never you can come for puja room and do it. Because there you have to, that is a sanctity. You have to maintain the cleanliness there. But in the kitchen, anyhow, you're contaminated. You're contaminating the kitchen also, you're contaminating everything nowadays. That is our lifestyle. Nowadays, present lifestyle is like that. You're just living a life of, it'll hurt everyone, but what to do? That is the life we are leading. That is, we ourselves have taken such situations. We are invited it. So, okay, in the kitchen you can offer.
so during that period also, we can have bath and go and do puja. It's not a sin.
Where puja room, Mataji.
No, after taking bath, can we?
Mataji, very simple understanding. You know yourself better than me that you are clean or no. If you are clean, you can do it. If you are unclean, you are not able to.
Okay.
Yes.
ಗುರುಜಿ, ನಾನು ಇದು 2ನೇ ಸರಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ 18th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನೌ. ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸರಿ ಓದ್ದಾಗೂ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸರಿನೂ ನಂಗೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಅದು ಇನ್ನ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಗುರುಜಿ, ಅದು ನಾವು ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಅದು
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಾ, ನಾನಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
ನಾನು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ನಿಮ್ ಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್
944 98 34 32 6.
ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಪ್ರಭುಗೆ ರಾಜಪ್ರಭುಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್
ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ.
ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಂಜೀವ್ ಪ್ರಭು. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, I had that confusion that this you talked about this mantra, right? So I chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this has to be same mantra or it can be anything else?
It's very clear, Prabhu. I said this yesterday. Iti shodashka namnam kalikalmashanashanam natoro paratorupaya sarva vedeshu drishyati. So there are many millions of names of the Lord. I gave the example of a pharmacy also. All medicines are really potent of curing us, but it matters what disease do I have now. So this is Kali Yuga, and Krishna has given for this, yes, Yuga Dharma, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And for this Yuga, it is this Hare Krishna Mahamantra only. And you cannot expect by chanting other mantras that all are the problems of this yoga will be solved. No, because you have stomach pain. You have to take the medicine of stomach pain. You cannot use other medicines which is for headache or something else, and you cannot expect your stomach pain to be cured. I hope you understood.
Yeah.
And should I give up other mantras? No. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra you can think as an additional to it. You can join. You are chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, fine, you chant that. Apart from that, you chant one round or how much ever rounds you can increase, you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Finally, as Paramatma, Krishna will guide you which to take up and which way to go. Okay.
And Prabhuji, so is there any breathing technique also while chanting the mantra, right? So
Prabhu, for the time being, it's only chanting, Prabhu.
Okay.
For the time being, it's only chanting. You breathe, you without breathing. However, you chant first. Once you chant one round, rounds, at least for a 1 week or 1 month, something, somewhere you have a practice of it. You'll know by yourself. You'll know by yourself. Actually, there is no need of pranayama also, Just by chanting, pranayama along with chanting, it happens. You start, what I can say, leveling or tuning your breathing also by chanting. So that takes a longer time. It takes a longer time. You should learn that. That's an art. Yeah. Okay.
And other question I had was, you talked about offering the prasada to God, right? When we are outside, so basically whatever meal we get, right? So is there any way like we do puja before basically taking that meal? So will that help in any way?
No, Prabhu. How can I answer this? Somewhere we are standing in middle of the desert. So can we give any solution? Where will I get water? The nearest place. So that is your question now. So our lifestyle is in such a way where there's no solution at present now. In those days, it was very easy, Prabhu. For example, you go to a hotel and that hotel is a devotee. He's offering everything and just selling there. Eat anything. You go to Vrindavan, you can take anything because everything is in offer to the Lord. Here, being in this, what I can say, the hell, cities of hell, you cannot find anything which is good for you. So everything is something abominable things they sell. And we also get attracted to it and we eat that. Out of that, you want to come out, everything is difficult. It's better to carry our own house food. If not possible, then definitely you have to eat in a hotel, then you can eat. At least you can pray to the Lord. Lord, there's, in such circumstances, it's unavoidable. I'm eating something karmic food. Please protect me from this so that my consciousness don't get contaminated by this. Pray for him, and anyhow, he is Paramatma, is my Father. He will take care. Somewhere, unwantedly, every day I cannot go and satisfy my tongue and pray to him. Some unavoidable circumstances, I can pray to him, definitely will take care. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Next, Vinuta Mataji.
Prabhuji, namaste.
Namaste.
We kept Naivedya in milk and fruits. Now we adding sugar. That is right or wrong?
It's up to you, Mataji. So here it matters how to offer to the Lord. Many will ask, should we boil the milk? Should we keep it hot or cold or with sweet or without sweet, with sugar or sugar? It depends. How do you honor it? See, prasadam is nothing but satisfying the Lord. Satisfying the Lord within and without. That is outside and inside. For example, I drink a glass of milk with sugar, I'll be more satisfied than without sugar. Then that means you have to offer the Lord with sugar. I drink milk without sugar. I'll be happy without sugar. So I have to offer without sugar. No corrections after offering. Sometimes.
I like with sugar. I like drinking with sugar.
Then offer with sugar.
Okay.
Yes.
And Japamala, when we wearing the Japamala after chanting the mantra, wearing how many minutes? ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅದೇ ಜಪಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಲೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜೆಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜೆಗಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಆತರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
No need to wear the mala. You can keep in puja room or you can keep anywhere outside also, clean place, that's it.
ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
Nothing. No. Okay. Yes. So, okay. And in coming days, I'll say something to offer because today Mataji was asking about sugar and these things. In coming days, I say about other things also. Sometimes even cooked items can be offered to the Lord. So then I'll ask you, that time also, sometimes the food is with little bit less salt or more salt. You shouldn't do any corrections. You should eat like that because or even the Supreme Lord, you are offered him because that is the pain you have to get. Right, this was salt was very less. That means you are offered to the Lord also tasteless. So you have to eat the same thing. And when eating every morsel, you should think that Lord has been suffered by eating this without salt or tasteless food. Not that adding what I can say sugar or a salt to it, and for our taste, it shouldn't be in that way. That is the love you develop. Okay, yes, Prabhuji. Chandrasekhar Prabhu, you can share.
So, Prabhu, there are some feedback. I would like to quickly go through that. So, Hari Prabhu says, interesting. This is about yesterday's session.
No, you can read only important feedbacks, not all. Whichever
yes,
is, you can read that.
Okay, so Lavanya Mataji says, thank you for the wonderful session today, Prabhuji. I like the way you explain everything with the stories. Today's class, everything can be related to our real life. And many examples are related to me. Thank you for sharing this knowledge. And Ashoka Prabhu says it's a mind-blowing session. And there is one, Kishore Prabhu is asking whether we can share a Panchatattva mantra, bhajan and kirtan. Yeah, definitely we'll share that in the groups as well. Yes, Prabhu. So many are very happy with the sessions, like excellent session and very beautiful experience, some saying. And Niranjan Prabhu says a really good session today, day by day, slowly getting into the purpose of this session. One small concern, we shall focus a little bit of time as well. Not sure what exactly he mean by.
The purpose of the session, one small concern, we shall focus little bit of time as well. Oh, focusing on the time is saying. I hope the session on time, but it is difficult, I think. 1 hour, yes, we have given that 6 to 7, but sometimes it makes difficult to. I'll just take on 10 to 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes when the chapter is smaller, I'll take 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, it might extend another 10 minutes or something. So,
yes, sir. And there was one question from Vikram Prabhu.
Yeah.
Why God chooses to teach Bhagavad Gita in Dwapara Yuga? Why not in before Yugas?
There's no need of it, no?
Okay.
Even there's a need, Lord comes and gives it. When there's no need, what's the purpose of coming and giving? They were all Paramahamsas. They were already in leading a life of Bhagavad Gita. Actually, Krishna says in the 4th chapter, Yevam parampara praptam yama rajashu vidu sakalene mahata yoga nashta paranta. When the knowledge is lost, he once again comes and gives the knowledge, starts a new parampara. So when it is not lost, when everyone are in dharmic, everyone are righteous, then why should the Lord come and explain it once again? So he doesn't give. Okay. Yes. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, bro. That's.
Thank all the devotees for joining today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you to all. Now you have option to unmute yourself. Say Hare Krishna once and leave them.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vinuta Mataji, Jai Sudha Mataji, Shashidhar Mataji, Geeta Mataji, Shweta Mataji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Savita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Meda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Satish Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sanjeev Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Shashidharaya Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you. Raju Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chandrasekhar, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu, Hare Krishna to all. We'll continue tomorrow with chapter 4. Thank you all for joining the session. I'll end the session, Prabhu.
Yes.
Geeta Mataji number, you have only 9 numbers. There's only 9-digit number.
It's only 9 digit?
Yeah.
No, bro, it's 10.
It is 944 83436.
Geeta Mataji's
944983436. It's only 9-digit code. I think Mataji has left the meeting already.
He just left now. I'm searching here. I'm not able to find.
I thought of asking, but I thought Mataji will be there till the end. Okay, Prabhu, we'll take
So
it.
I posted that link to her personally as well, Prabhu, in this chat window when she was there.
That box, if she has found, it's fine.
Oh.
Anyhow, tomorrow. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna to all. I'll end the session.